highest meaning of the word worship, to consider ideas that are worthy of our time and attention.
Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values diversity and embraces the wisdom of all faiths. We use science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's mystery and meaning. In this tradition, we know that people need not think alike to love alike.
So whatever your heritage, however your history, and whomever you love, you are welcome here.
Our life together is full of wonderful activities and programs. Next Sunday is a potluck Sunday, so enjoy the food and fellowship, and then stay on for the interim ministry startup workshop led by our UUA liaison, Lenore Bajar-Dukes. It's a great opportunity for me to learn more about you and for us all to consider what we may be able to accomplish over the next year and a half.
In case you haven't noticed, over the past couple of days, this congregation's festive holiday bazaar drew in many people from our community and also helped to fund our programs and mission. Tricia Tatum McQuaid, otherwise known as the head elf, will come down to give us a report. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Thank you all, but really, I'm up here, the first thing on my list is gratitude. I know last month was Gratitude Month, but this month I'm just carrying it over because without all these donations from all of you and all the hard work, pricing and sorting and setting it all up and taking it all down and moving it over, and this is about a quarter of what we had. So this room was completely filled with tables and stuff. There wasn't a spare inch on those tables. So today you'll be able to shop, and we'll have a checkout station where the welcome table normally is. So when you leave, we'll be able to take cash and credit card, hopefully, probably. But also I set some bags out like this so that you could fill them and then go to check out. We have, there's a lot, there's some really nice things here that are, and if we don't, if we don't sell them, we'll just pack them up again. But I want to thank you all. I mean, it's just been a real pleasure to do this, and I wasn't worried about it the whole time because we have great people here who participate in things. That's all it takes to make this wonderful community. So thank you all. And now, as soon as you take out your Christmas stuff for this year, you're going to notice stuff you don't use, but you think is really nice. Just set aside a box and know that you can bring it in as soon as now or January to get it out of your house, and we'll start accepting things starting in January because this is a full year project. So thank you very much.
Tricia, before you walk away, I want to ask you the question that is burning in everyone's mind. Are there any cookies left?
Yes, there's two things. The cookies are on this table. Help yourself, and thank you. We didn't have very many cookies left. We are thrilled that we didn't run out of cookies, because that is kind of embarrassing, because people come through that door expecting cookies. The other thing is, we made about $8,500. So this is all thanks to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia. And thanks to everyone who helped this festive event, which not only supports our mission and programs, but it also makes available to the community beautiful things at a price that is affordable for many. So that's a good thing that we do. And in November, this congregation, both children and adults, combined our efforts to provide needed food and supplies to homeless shelters. The effort was highly successful, with literally bags and bags of essential items going out to help the homeless in Harford County. Our special gratitude for this effort should go to the Community Outreach Committee. If any of the members of the committee are here, would they please rise as they are comfortable doing? Oh, one person in the back. Oh, here we go. Yes. Thank you all so much for giving us the opportunity to help our local community in this way.
For those of you who are here, please stay after the service for coffee, refreshments, and informal conversation. If you're a newcomer, you're especially encouraged to stay. For those who are participating online, the Zoom will continue to be open so that you can socialize with others who are online. However, we have not yet invented cyber coffee, so you need to make your own coffee.
During the month of December, our worship and learning theme is mystery. Today, we consider the mysteries that are part of the December holy days and even at the heart of the universe. The ringing of the bell, followed by the message and music of the song, "Let the Mystery Be," guide us into a time of worship.
Everybody is wondering what and where they all come from. Everybody's worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But no one knows for certain, man, so it's all the same to me. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say once you're gone forever, and some say you're gonna come back. Some say you rest in the arms of the Savior if in sinful ways you lack. Some say they're coming back in a garden, bunch of carrots and little sweet peas. I think I'll let the mystery be. Everybody is wondering what and where they all came from. Wow. Everybody is worrying about where they're gonna go when it's done. No one knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. Think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say they're going to a place called glory, and I ain't saying it any fact. But I've heard that I'm on the road to purgatory, and I don't like the sound of that. I believe in love, and I live my life accordingly. But I choose to let the mystery be. Everybody's wondering what and where they all came from. Everybody's worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But no one knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. I think I'll just let the mystery be.
Thank you, Bruno. Each Sunday, we light the chalice of our religious heritage. We do this for our ancestors who taught us through their various religious traditions and by their actions for justice and hope. We do this for our children who are learning the traditions who we teach and to learn more from our actions than our words. We do this for ourselves so that we are inspired to remember our beginnings, reflect on who we are now, and spread our wings as we understand who we seek to become.
Our call to worship this morning is Between the Fires by Rabbi Arthur Waskow. He wrote this as a menorah lighting reading. We are the generation that stands between the fires, Behind us, the flame and smoke that rose from Auschwitz and Hiroshima, from the burning forests of the Amazon, from the hottest years of human history that bring upon us melted ice fields, flooded cities, scorching droughts, murderous wildfires. Before us, the nightmare of a flood of fire, the heat and smoke that could consume all the earth. It is our task to make from fire not an all-consuming blaze, but the light by which we see each other fully. All of us different, all of us bearing one spark. We light these candle fires to see more clearly that the earth and all who live as part of it are not for burning. We kindle these fires to see more clearly the rainbow in the many-colored faces of life. Blessed is the one with the many. Blessed are they who make one. Amen. Now please rise in body or spirit or both as we sing together hymn number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. We'll sing it through 3 times. And if you know how to sing it as a round, jump in.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come.
Please be seated. Today, in a special ceremony, we welcome into membership 7 people from various walks of life who have found their way into this loving religious community. They may not all be here in the room. I will say their names and ask that if they are here, they rise if they're comfortable doing so. And new members who are participating online may also rise, if you wish, even if no one can see you. We know you are there, and we've met you as you have attended on Sundays and been involved in other ways. Joining us in October, Pam Burns, who was in the hospital, and I haven't heard how she's doing. I heard that she was doing better, but I don't know whether she's out yet. And then, will you please rise if you can? William Pearson, Jane Fiore, Connor McGrath, William Sean McGrath, Michael Johnson, and Elisa Johnson. And I know they're not here because they're at their kids' swim meet. So, thank you. And would our participants in our responsive reading please come forward? For millennia, human beings have gathered in faith communities seeking a higher purpose and deeper life than they could find alone.
We
We never really know what combination of fate, relationship, good luck, or ultimate meaning brings people together in this world for any purpose.
Celebrate that we are together and to regard each member as a potential friend and potential teacher.
We hope you will allow yourselves to know and be known, to minister and be ministered unto, to love and be loved as we work together to create community here and everywhere. As we enter into this congregation, covenant as members, we pledge along with you to be guardians of each other's spirits, to respect the uniqueness of each other's religious experiences, to honor each other as full human.
As members of this beloved community, our commitment to Unitarian Universalist values shapes our true purpose in being together. With love at the center, today we celebrate our covenant with one another. Thank you all, and new members, welcome. And now let's rise in body or spirit and sing together just two verses of Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, hymn number 361. It's verses 1 and 3.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Thank you, and please be seated.
Each Sunday, we receive an offering to support the mission of this congregation. Here, we care for one another, and we extend our love and care into the wider community through actions of love and justice. Your contributions allow this congregation to reach out to all who seek a life-affirming message of love and hope. If you're online, click the link in the Zoom chat to make a contribution. If you're on site here, you may place a donation in the basket or use your device to find the link to the uufhc.net or on the Fellowship app. It's really no mystery. Whatever method of giving you choose, your generosity helps to grow a healthier and more joyful Unitarian Universalist community. And in keeping with our religious heritage to draw the circle of love and justice a little bit wider. In this time in our service that invites us to lean even more deeply into our mission as Unitarian Universalists, we renew our commitment to responding out of deep care for one another. Now is the time to briefly share
a joy, a sorrow, a gratitude, something you carry deeply within you. If you're on site in the sanctuary, please come to the front and speak into one of the two microphones while Jaye helps you with your candle. If you're on Zoom, put in the chat the message that you'd like to share, and Brenna will read it out for us as Jaye lights a candle. A few gentle reminders. This is not a time for announcements or politics. Please say your name. First names are just fine. Please share from your heart and from your own experience, and be mindful not to share anyone else's experience unless you have their express permission to do so. Would anyone like to share? Moment of mindful meditation with these words from Unitarian Universalist minister, the Reverend Ginger Luke. Even in daylight, the stars are still shining, but most often we cannot see them. It is in darkness that the stars seem to shine so brightly. Remembering this, let the light each of us offers into this universe shine most brightly for those who are in darkness. And let us seek out the light of others when darkness crowds us in our lives. The light is always there. Even if it seems hidden, it is always there within each of us. Let us enter into a moment of mindfulness, a shared silence, and in this sharing, may we experience together the light of this community. Together, may we practice shining our light so that we can more fully embrace the best of our humanity and give light to our families and our friends. We practice shining our light so that we can reach out with loving hearts to strangers and welcome each one as if meeting a friend. May it be so.
Maybe we're just one of a million tiny galaxies hurtling on towards some unrevealed destiny. Maybe we're somebody's unfinished symphony. Maybe we're the defenders of the indefensible, just trying to make some sense of the incomprehensible. What if we are? What if we are stars? Maybe we're the victims of reincarnation. Maybe we're the phantoms of manifestation. Maybe we're just here to fix our mistakes again. Maybe we're planets like Venus and Saturn, surrounded by gases and protons and atoms. And what if we are? What if we are only stars? Maybe this thinner than it seems. Maybe we're all partners in the same lucid dream. Yeah, maybe we're vapors, and maybe we're just steam. Maybe we're creatures of habit and malice that pale in the light of aurora borealis. And what if we are? What if we are only stars? Only stars in the dark, just a spark. Maybe we're just lucky and blessed to bear witness to the flashing of this meteor, the tail of this comet. Maybe we're cursed, and maybe we're fortunate. Maybe we just go on our milky white way. Maybe we get to stay. And what if we are? What if we are stars? Stars. Stars.
This reading, called The Purpose of Life, is by Zat Rana, a freelance writer and journalist who observes the human condition from the intersections of science, art, and philosophy. The purpose of life is right in front of us. It's to create a reality we want to inhabit. At each moment in every second of life, we're given a choice about how we want to conduct ourselves in the world. And though it might not seem like it, each of these choices is of consequence. They each interact with culture to give it a new form that we are responsible for creating by either doing what is right or wrong in that specific moment. A grandfather telling stories to a young boy may just nudge that boy to one day write his own stories, ones that help ease the burden on all our minds. An especially caring teacher may infect a little girl with an engineering passion that later gives her the vitality to make the breakthrough that permanently changes our relationship to outer space. And of course, both that boy and girl may just inspire millions of other people who may inspire many millions more in a long, unbroken chain of interactions until perhaps one day the ideas of war and hate and poverty will be foreign to us, or at least take a different form, one that is again a little kinder, a little gentler. This is light. After 13, let me see if I can even say this, 13 799 billion human light emerges. This light may be so infinitely small as to not be of consequence, and we may not be the only carriers of it in the universe. And it may not even mean what we think it means. All of these could be true. But ultimately, we don't know. All we know is that it's here, and it's the only way to find out is by spreading its brightness.
There's a family photo of me when I was about 12 years old, bundled up in a winter coat, peering through a telescope, standing on a ladder to get a better angle at a lunar eclipse. I have always gazed up at the stars in wonder. Do we have a slide? Yeah. This is what our Milky Way looks like from Earth. And this, from distant space, our galaxy is a beautiful spiral of stars. Leonardo Fibonacci was a renowned mathematician. About the year 1200, he popularized the Hindu Arabic numerals in Europe, introducing Europe to the zero. He also described an interesting series of numbers made by starting with zero and adding the succeeding number. So, here are the numbers, or at least the very beginning of what is an infinite series. 1, and then 1 plus 1 equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5, 3 plus 5 equals 8, and so on. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. It's now called the Fibonacci sequence. An unusual feature of the Fibonacci sequence is that each number and its neighbor are in a relationship that mathematicians call the golden ratio. 3 and 5, for example, add up to 8. 8 divided by 5 and 5 divided by 3 each equal 1.6. That's the golden ratio, 1.6. And if you plot a series of these Fibonacci numbers, this golden ratio forms a spiral. It's a spiral we recognize in seashells. And next slide. There we go. It's a spiral we see in plants. This is a cactus. And this is a rose. And it's even in our DNA. And perhaps most remarkably, from the microscopic to the mega macroscopic, these spiral patterns are all through the universe. Yes, it's not just in our cells, but in our stars, in galaxies all across the visible universe. And now this slide shows 200,000 galaxies and quasars in their actual positions and colors as seen from the vantage point of the Milky Way, the bottom point of the pie slice. You are there. The image shows all of the observable universe from the Milky Way all the way to the cosmic microwave background, the curving line at the top of the pie, which for us is the edge of the observable universe. The data in this are from the Sloan Digital Sky Survey and the Planck Institute. The map took 15 years to complete. And it's only a two-dimensional slice of what is actually a sphere. Each dot is a galaxy itself containing billions of stars and planets. Anything that exists beyond the top edge is something we can't see, because if there is light from beyond that distance, it hasn't reached us yet. Or to say it another way, the edge marks the Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago, when the darkness exploded into light. How wondrous and how mysterious. Now let's come home again to the Milky Way galaxy, our tiny corner of the universe. Ah, yes. And here we'll explore once again the mysterious star of wonder that appeared in the East more than 2,000 years ago. The miracle stories that tell of the birth of Jesus of Nazareth mention a wondrous star in the East, a star that hovered over Bethlehem and the stable where Jesus was born. It's the star of the three kings, or the three sages. They followed it to locate the newborn babe. The star in the East is a phrase. I think we're done with the slides. I think we're done. There we go. So those of you at home, you now get to see me. So the star in the East is a phrase, a star in the East. It's a literal translation of a Greek phrase that was used 2,000 years ago and more in Greek mathematical astrology. It meant very specifically a planet that would rise above the eastern horizon just before the sun would appear, and moments after the planet rose, it would disappear in the bright glare of the rising sun in the morning sky. So except for a brief moment, no one else could see this star in the East. It was just that one moment before actual dawn. And so to a human gazing skyward at night without a telescope, the planets look like stars. They're visible at some times, astronomers know this, and not at others. So the role of a star in the East, a planet that had been invisible for some time, would again become visible miraculously just before dawn, just briefly, when the Greek astrologers were watching. This reappearance of a planet as a star in the East had astrological significance for them. When a major planet, Jupiter, for example, returned in this way, the event was especially significant for anyone born on that day. 2,000 years ago, a planet, the star, may have seemed to stand over Bethlehem for this reason. The Earth's speed of orbit compared to the movement of the planet may have made the star seem to change apparent direction from westward to eastward, so that it looked as if it was hovering over a specific location. The convergence of these events, the rising star in the East, the return of a planet, one that seemed to hover over Bethlehem, is something that well-informed scholars of the time would definitely have noticed. It wouldn't be surprising if they were to conclude that the star signified a miraculous birth, or at the very least, the birth of a very important person. So perhaps a few of the scholars went looking. The star of wonder in the stories told of the birth of Jesus, and may have been this convergence of events. And the scholars may have been the three kings or the sages of the nativity story. The wonder in this explanation is that no matter what happened exactly, a few ancient scholars may indeed have undertaken a journey to their east, even to Bethlehem, and so may have become part of the mysterious events that occurred so long ago, and the story that is told until this very day. Another mystery celebrated in December as Hanukkah is the light that burned for 8 days when it should have failed after 1. I don't have a scientific explanation, but there's an interesting story behind the story. When Judah Maccabee took back the temple in Jerusalem, claiming it again for the Jewish people, there was only enough ritually purified oil to let the light burn for only a single day. In the story, it took a messenger 7 days to get more purified oil. But the other way to get purified oil was for a temple leader to purify ordinary olive oil. Judah Maccabee could have done that, but he wasn't just a temple leader, he was a war leader. When they took back the temple and he walked in, he'd just been in a battle. Before he could conduct the ceremony to make the oil ritually pure, he had to go through a purification ritual himself, a ritual that takes 7 days. Now, everyone's instinct must have been to light the lamp immediately, to rededicate the temple. But maybe Judah Maccabee, warrior, victor, all-around tough guy, maybe he took the 7 days to become ritually pure, and then he purified the oil. Now, that's not an explanation for the light. Did 1 day's worth of light burn for 8 days? Did they burn a little bit each day, and we don't have that part of the story, but just to keep the lamp burning symbolically? Did they use a little cooking oil? Did someone slip in the night and add a little bit of olive oil to that lamp? Maybe, of course, there is a real miracle. But perhaps, and to me, this is both a mystery and a great wonder, perhaps Judah Maccabee did take the 7 days for his own ritual purification. And the miracle under the story that's been handed down is the warrior rooted himself in his faith and his tradition, taking the time for the ritual that would cleanse his spirit. The real wonder of Hanukkah might be the heart of the Jewish relationship to God. We humans wonder, and we are wonders. In the most remarkable of circumstances, humans, or at least some of us, defy expectations. We create electricity, we explore, we dream, and soon we'll create electricity. We do the seemingly impossible. The earth isn't flat. We know that. Ships don't fall off the edge of the earth. We know that. Heavier than air flight is a reality. Rockets routinely reach escape velocity. We don't just gaze up at the stars. We take photographs of the spiral Milky Way galaxy and know it as only one of many. We create electricity and we light our lights by collecting sunshine. In this immense universe, on this tiny planet, life exists. We humans exist. And with awe and wonder, we seek to explain the miracle of existence. We celebrate holy days with family and friends, and often with people who may be the strangers we welcome into our homes. We love. We kindle lights in the dark again and again and again, despite all odds. The mystery, the wonder, is not in our stars, but in ourselves. Humans are willing to wonder, to probe the mystery. For me, the more science I know, the more I find life wondrous, mysterious, miraculous. And not the least wondrous is that the stars themselves are the very source of our being. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and 21st century incarnation of those ancient scholars who followed the star in the east, marvels that the atoms of our bodies are traceable to the stars that manufactured them in their cores and exploded these rich ingredients all across our galaxy billions of years ago. We are literally, biologically connected to every other living thing in the world. We are literally chemically connected to all the molecules of Earth. And at the atomic level, we are literally atomically connected to all the atoms in the universe. We are literally stardust. What if we found an old manuscript with a creation story that said the stars themselves came down to Earth to live as human beings? Would we laugh? But the stars did come down. It's not just a story. They came to Earth and they're in us today. That spark of light is not just metaphorical. The light is in us and it is us. Each of us is a mysterious star of wonder. Now let's rise in body or spirit and sing together hymn number 221, Light One Candle.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when the right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let that light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let that light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, that anger won't tear us apart. And light one candle to bring us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let that light go out. It lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly? We keep it alive in that flame. What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? Have we come this far, always believing that justice would somehow prevail? This is the burden, and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears.
Please be seated. If there is a single theme that emerges from the many celebrations that take place in the winter, it is the importance of light. Humans need sunlight, they need warmth, they need love, and the candle flame is an enduring symbol of all of these things. The winter solstice will soon be upon us. In the northern hemisphere, it's the longest night. And then, gradually, this part of the earth will turn back toward the sun. December's holidays and holy days will recede into memory. But for now, in this season of long nights, let us cherish the magic of light. Wherever there is sadness, wherever there is gloom, wherever there is evil, we have it in us to find a candle and light it. No matter how small the candle, no matter how insignificant our own personal light, one thing is certain. Among all the mysteries, one thing is not a mystery. Even a single candle dispels the dark. May your light shine. Blessed be. Amen. And now, as Sue extinguishes the chalice, let's remember that we may extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These, like that flame, we carry in our heart and out into all the world. Amen.
How lucky are we that we have light so that we can see, although the day is done. What a miracle that a spark lifts these candles out of the dark. Every evening, one by one, until the end of Hanukkah, of Hanukkah. With the jingle bells and the toys and the TV shows and the noise, it's easy to forget. At the end of the day, our whole family will say these words for Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Hanukkah. We light the candles for Hanukkah, for Hanukkah. We remember how Maccabees fought so all of us could be free, and so we celebrate on this festival of the lights. There's a joyful time every night.
thank you all and blessings, and remember to go around to get to the coffee.